Hello viewers, welcome back to English Only Zone. Today I am here with the explanation of a poem written by John Donne, and the title of the poem is Death Be Not Proud. This poem is in class 12th ISC syllabus. So before we move on to the explanation of the poem, let's study some points related to the poem. So a very important point is the poem is a metaphysical poem. Now, what is a metaphysical poem? A metaphysical poem explores profound topics such as love, religion, mortality, and in such poems, there is a connection between two extremely dissimilar things. For example, in this poem, we are asking death that it is not powerful and so it should not be proud of its power. So, death is considered not a powerful thing. Death is not considered to be a powerful thing, which is totally dissimilar. Otherwise, in general sense, we consider death as powerful and no one has ever got victory over death. But according to this poem, we consider death as a thing which is not a very powerful thing. The second point here is Holy Sonnet. This poem is a holy sonnet as John Donne was a cleric in the Church of England. He was a very religious person and he had written many holy sonnets, sonnets which are based on religious thinking, and it is also termed as Sonnet X. The third point about the poem is that it's a 14-line Petrarchan sonnet written in 1609 and it was published in 1633. So it's a 14-line Petrarchan sonnet. The next point is it is written in the form of conversation with death. It appears to the reader that the poet is talking to death. He is having a conversation with death. And the last point here is it undermines the value of death. While asking death not to be proud of its achievements, we are undermining the value of death. The poet, John Donne, is undermining the stature of death, that it's not powerful. There is nothing to be proud of itself. So, these are the points related to the poem. Now, let's move on to the appropriateness of the title, which is again a very important thing before we study the poem. Here, the poet straightforwardly addresses death and questions its importance. That death is not so powerful, then why is it so proud of itself? It has not done any wonders. So, there's nothing to be proud of. The next point, which is under the appropriateness of the title, is it challenges death's power. Death is not powerful. It is a very simple thing. It's a very common thing which everyone has to face. So there's nothing in its power. Third is it's grabbing readers' attention. Now you must remember that when you were in class 9th and 10th and you were asked to write notice writing, you were supposed to write very catchy titles for the notice. So here the poet has used that trick only to grab readers' attention by keeping a title as Death Be Not Proud, which creates a suspense in the mind of readers that why the poet has kept this title and what is there in the poem, what the poem is all about. So the reader gets motivated to read the poem. The last point is it asks death not to be proud of its achievements, because what we get from death, we may get from other things as well, and in a much better way. This point will be more clear to you when we will move on to the explanation of the poem. So I hope the points related to the poem and appropriateness of the title, both the topics are clear to you. Now let's move on to the poem. Death, be not proud, though some have called thee mighty and dreadful, for thou art not so. For those whom thou think'st thou dost overthrow, die not, poor death, nor yet canst thou kill me. So the poet is asking death not to be proud of. Though some have called thee, thee means you, though some have called you mighty and dreadful. Mighty means powerful. Mighty means powerful. And dreadful. Dreadful means unpleasant. For thou art not so. You are not powerful. You are not unpleasant. You are not such a very powerful thing or a very unpleasant thing. So there is nothing to be proud of yourself. For those whom thou thinkst thou dost overthrow, for those people who think that you overthrow. Overthrow means you create downfall of people. You create downfall of people. For those who think that you create downfall, you cause downfall of people, but in reality, though you don't create it. You live under the impression of it, but you are not causing anyone's downfall. Die not, poor death, now yet canst thou kill me. And even you can't kill me. You poor death. Poor here means you pitiful death. You are such a useless thing. You are a pitiful thing. You can't kill me because my soul will remain forever. You can kill my body, but you can't kill me completely because my soul will remain forever, which is eternal. From rest and sleep, which but thy pictures be. Rest and sleep are your pictures. Much pleasure then from thee much more must flow. So the poet says, from rest and sleep we can get your pictures. Rest and sleep are your pictures which are actually pleasant. You come to a person and you make him appear to the world as if he is sleeping or resting. If a person dies, at the first instant it feels as if the person is sleeping or he is resting. But in actual also he is not death. He is not dead. Only the body is resting. The soul is resting, and after death, when the soul will wake up, it will wake up eternally. The person doesn't eliminate from the world completely, as his soul remains forever. So as we get pleasure from rest and sleep, as we get pleasure after taking a good rest, after a good sleep, similarly, our soul also gets pleasure after death, because the soul has got rest when the body lies down and there's nothing to think about. The soul gets rest, and after that rest, when the soul wakes up, it rises up eternally. Then from thee much more must flow. So rest and sleep give us more satisfaction than you give to us. A person gets more satisfaction while resting and sleeping as compared to the satisfaction you give to a person. And soonest our best men with thee do go. And soonest, our best men here means the young people. Best men here means the young people. Sometimes it happens, death comes to some young people also. Sometimes our young people go very early, at a very early age. Rest of their bones and souls delivery. But to them also their bones get rest and their soul is delivered. Their soul gets freedom. So the people who die very young, death give rest to bones and deliver the soul. That is, it makes the soul free. Our body gets rest, that is, the body of young, hard-working people gets rest and their soul goes and meet God. Thou art slave to fate, chance, kings and desperate men. Here the death is personified. It is considered to be a slave. It is considered to be a slave of fate, chance, kings and desperate men. Now what do these words mean? Fate means some unpredictable happenings. Some happenings which are unpredictable, which we have never thought of. Like we say, destiny. So death is a slave to destiny, our fate, to chance. Chance means to the things which are not in our control. The things which are not in our control, to them also death is a slave. Death is also a slave to kings. Why it's a slave to kings? Because kings kill people in the war, and they can also give death sentence to other people, to the criminals. So death comes when the kings give death sentence to the criminals, or when the kings go in the war and they fight in the war. And death is also a slave to desperate men. Who are desperate men? Those who are violent, those who try killing other people, and those who try committing suicide. Those are also desperate men. So if a person tries committing suicide, it means he is calling death himself, na? So death comes to him when he is calling it. And also, when the person is killing the other person, it means he is calling death for the other person. Death comes on his call. Death comes on the call of kings. Death comes when there are things which are not in our control. Means they are not in the control of death even. And to our fate also, to our destiny also, which only God has made for us. So death is in the control of God, death is in the control of kings, death is in the control of common people who try killing other people and try committing suicide. So it's a slave. And those with poison, war and sickness dwell. And poppy and charms can make us sleep as well. And those with poison, you with poison, war and sickness dwell. Dwell means you live. You live with poison, you live with war, you live with sickness. With poison also death comes. During war also death comes. And even after some time, after facing sickness, some people die. So the death dwells with, it lives with poison, war and sickness. And poppy and charms can make us sleep as well. And like in the previous lines when we studied that rest and sleep give us much more pleasure as compared to death. It appears to us that a person is sleeping when the person is dead. So poppy and charms can make us sleep as well. If someone says that death is an eternal sleep, so poppy and charms can also make us sleep, and they can make us sleep even better than death. They can make us sleep even better than death, and better than thy stroke. Better than thy means death's stroke. Poppy, what does the word poppy means? It means opium, and charms means magic charms, the magic spells. They can also make us sleep. If a person takes opium, he can sleep for hours. If a person is in some magic control, or is under some magical charm, or under some magical spell, the person can sleep for hours. Why swellest thou then? And then the poet asks death that why are you swelling then? Why are you swelling of being so proud that you are powerful? No, you are not powerful, because what you give to us, many other things can also give. One short sleep past, we wake eternally. This also we studied a few lines back, that it's just a matter of one short sleep, and after that we wake up eternally. Our soul wakes up eternally to meet God. And death shall be no more, and you will be no more. You will go. You will make us sleep, and then you will go, because you cannot kill our soul. We will wake up eternally, means we will be victorious over you. Death, thou shalt die. Who will die in the end? Death will die. Because after making a person sleep means killing a person, the death will go, but the soul will remain forever, and what will die is actually death. A person doesn't die, or a soul doesn't die, but death dies. So I hope you have understood the explanation. Very soon I'll upload a video explaining the theme and critical appreciation of the poem. Keep watching the videos and give your love by giving a thumbs up to the video, and share the video with your friends so that they may also understand the poem. Please subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. And thank you so much for watching. Keep watching the videos.